We are the force. We are MC.
Royals baseball comes to you from Tropicana Field. We've played 2 games in the series. There have been a total of 6 runs, and the Rays have won 1-0 and 4-1. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the ballpark with Rex Hudler. I'm Ryan Lefevre. And it's kind of the way baseball is going these days. As the old TV show, Home Run Derby, it's all or nothing here on Home Run Derby. And the Royals are starting to hit some home runs, but they're also striking out a lot more than we're used to watching Royals baseball.
Yes, unfortunately, that's not what the Royals really are or who they are. They like to put the ball in play and have contact. But, hey, look, 7 runs, homers. Look at how pretty these swings are. I mean, that's what's nice, and that's what's putting people in the stands lots of times. But when you get good pitching, you're having difficult hitting it. This is good. This is unfortunately what's been happening here. Last 3 games, they're missing. They're missing a lot, and that's not the Royals' way. Just trying to put the ball in play is what they want to do. Maybe they can change it tonight.
The Rays pitching staff has allowed 1 run so far in this series, so the Royals could use a good effort from Jake Junis tonight. Today, but we are tucked away safely inside Tropicana Field. And Hud, we ended the last segment saying that Royals could use a nice effort from Jacob Junis. If that happens, it'd be 4 in a row.
Yeah, how about it? And 2 out of 3 of those teams, the Cubs and the Cardinals, pretty good offenses. I'll tell you what, he's looking good. Also, the thing that's impressive, he's kept the ball in the yard. No homers in those 3 games, too. Keep it up.
It's another bullpen game for the Rays. Ryan Stanek will pitch for Tampa Bay. He spent much of his childhood in Kansas City. 1 run in their last 25 innings. But it won't be easy. The Rays pitching staff has only given up 1 run in their last 32 innings. It's game 3, the Royals and the Rays, and the lineups and first pitch are next. Royals are 1-4 so far on this 7-game road trip. They have lost their last 3. The Rays have won 8 of their last 12, and if they win tonight, they'll go to 5 games above 500 for the first time this year. Royals batting order, and really just one change compared to last night. Adalberto Mondesi is not in the starting lineup. Brett Phillips is back in there. Jorge Bonifacio is still out with lower back tightness. And the Rays opener tonight is 27-year-old right-hander Ryan Stanek, born in St. Louis, but he spent a lot of time in the Kansas City area. Grew up in Stillwell and went to Blue Valley High School, and from there on to the University of Arkansas.
Yeah, and the picture that I have of him doesn't have all the hair. He's got a little different look right now, but look, he's a homie. And I live right down the street from him. How about it? Keys for the Rays, for the Royals to get the Rays pitching staff, because he won't be in much more than 2 innings. Get him on, get him over, get him in. Play the game, put the ball in play, and quit trying to swing for the fences. Defensively, the Rays are pretty good. Malik Smith is in left field tonight for the 34th time, but he's had 59 starts in center, 30 in right. He's a good outfielder. Now the 26-year-old catcher, Michael Perez, he's a rookie doing a heck of a job. He's starting to really throw some runners out. He threw one out last night, makes him 2 for 12. He's a good-looking young prospect. They think he could be their future.
Whit Merrifield last night led off against Blake Snell and nearly hit a home run. He hit the top of the wall in left field for a double. And tonight he takes a fastball high for ball 1. And that extended Whit's hitting streak to 10 games. And it also gave him a new career high in doubles, 33. Fastball at 98. 1 ball, 1 strike. It is the 5th time that Whit has had a hitting streak of 10 or more games, and at the moment on our Toyota League leaderboard he is 4th in Major League Baseball with current hit streaks. Greg Allen, who typically is a backup outfielder for the Indians, has a 14 gamer.
Surprised to see it. his name on there. But I tell you, very impressive Whitley. Now look at him. Whitley looks perplexed right now. He's saying, how did I not even foul a ball off like that? He loves the heater. That fastball last night from Snell, 97, he lined it off the wall. Now there's 2 pitches there that Stanek has gotten by him. Probably stay with the heat. Oh. Got a good fastball. That's for sure.
Out of Blue Valley High School. He was drafted by the Mariners in the 3rd round. But he still decided to go to the University of Arkansas, and that paid off because the Rays took him in the 1st round in 2013. 99.
Yeah, you got an arm like that. I mean, heck, I'm surprised he didn't go even sooner. 98.5 is the average velocity. A slider and a split finger. You see him hold that ball with a split finger grip. Throw that 14% of the time.
Fouled away. Mentioned that Stanek was born in St. Louis, so he was born to a family of Cardinals fans, which makes it even more impressive that he would be named after Ryne Sandberg, the Cubs great.
How about that?
I wonder how other Staneks responded to that. You're going to name him after who?
Well, at least he's a Hall of Famer.
Lifted to right. Carlos Gomez backpedals and makes a 2-hand grab. So this is nothing new for Stanek. This is his 21st start, and I say that in quotations, and he's done well in the 1st inning with a 1.8 ERA, and opponents are hitting just 169 against him. His season high is 2 innings. And now Alex Gordon. Alex has hit safely in each of the first 2 games of the series. Good to see him back in the lineup tonight after tumbling over the wall in left field and landing on the concrete. And Joel will have some more details on that a little bit later.
Yep. You look up the word gamer in the dictionary, you see his picture. Just make the play. That's what he wants to do.
Boy, I'd like to have that one back. Change up at 87. And up. This is Alex's 21st consecutive game batting 2nd. And that's low. 2 balls and 1 strike. This is part of the evolution of baseball, and who knows if other teams will do what the Rays are doing. But here's a guy starting game 3, and he's already pitched in this series. Ryne Stanek pitched on Monday and gave up hits to Merrifield and Gordon, and then ended up getting a ground ball double play from Salvador Perez.
Tell you what, the more they do this, the more the opponents are going to find out, hey, look, I like seeing a guy a couple days ago. You know, if it's a 3-game series. But we'll see. This is, like you said, it's pretty new. But I've talked to their bullpen coach, talked to their pitching coach, and had a little talk with Sergio Romo today about their situation out there in the bullpen. It's interesting to hear some of their comments, what they have to say. Jammed him off the end.
2 down. And
Romo said that it's a new concept, just like what we're saying, But he also mentioned the fact that he had a couple of friends around the league that had called him and asked him about that were veterans that were paid based on appearances and innings pitched. And he said that there was a little bit of interesting feedback about that. So, you know, like Monty and I were talking about, you know, veteran player, if he's getting paid on his innings pitched and issues like that, was something to be discussed. And he's done a good job this year. Romo has. Ooh, man.
Kiermaier waits, and Ryan Stanek has a 1-2-3 first inning with 3 flyouts. Jacob Junis, who got his first big league victory here once upon a time, will start for the Royals tonight. Off an inning, will be leading off this inning. Matt Duffy at third base, Ji-Man Choi, the designated hitter, and Carlos Gomez in right field are changes to the Rays batting order tonight. And taking on Jacob Junis, who did not face the Rays back in May at Kauffman Stadium, but last year here in May, pitching out of the bullpen, he got his first big league victory.
I remember. How about that? Good for him. Now, get that fastball ahead, get strike one, and then finish him with the slider. You see that opponent average? And 106 strikeouts with that slider. That's been his pitch. There's strike one. Be a big key for him tonight.
1-1 on Smith. He's had a good series, 4 hits and a walk. So he's been on 5 times in 2 games.
Okay, so I waited for him by his locker for 35 minutes in the Rays locker room today, just so I could see about that bat. Remember I told you all that Mark, now it looks like he's been using it for a long time,
right?
And I never had a chance to talk to him. They didn't take batting practice today. They had a late arrival. I'll stock him tomorrow, but that's interesting to me because sometimes a guy will keep a bat for 2-3 weeks is a long time, but that one looks like he's been using it for a while. That means they can't jam it.
He made you wait 35 minutes?
No, he didn't know I was there.
And you didn't come up with any information?
On his bat, no. And I even looked for it in the bat rack over there without touching him and pulling him up. I looked for the number. Couldn't get any go on it. But
well, what else didn't you do today?
Well, I got here early, so I was expecting those guys to hit, but they didn't hit. There was nobody on the field when we got here. So I waited them. I stalked them out in their locker room.
0-1 to Matt Duffy, and now 1 ball, 1 strike. I wonder if that spot on his bat isn't the spot where he wants to make contact, and that's how he lines his bat up when he puts the bat on the plate. You know, out to Witt, and Duffy is out. 2 away.
Forward around the horn, Royals defense, and it's a beauty. Rosel Herrera, he's back in right field tonight, 50th game, and he started at 4th position and hasn't aired yet. Believe it. Now Salvador Perez, he picked off a Ray last night. He's been one of the best, throwing out 53% of runners. That's best in baseball by far. And there's Alex, feeling pretty good. He says, you know, he's had crash landings before. Joel has a big story on him. Another inning or so.
Big story.
It's huge.
Yep. G-Man Choi, a .248 hitter. He also has an 8-game hitting streak.
Ooh.
And now he has a 9-game hitting streak. That's going to go out toward the Ray tank in right center field. In this series, he's had 5 plate appearances and reached 4 times.
Kevin Cash, his manager, putting him in the 3-hole for the first time in his career, was asked before the game, why would you put him in that spot? Well, because we want him to become a productive hitter and put him in a run-producing spot. What if he doesn't? What if he's not productive? He was asked. He said, well, he won't hit third anymore. So that's a pretty good start.
Runner at second with 2 down to C.J. Crone. A little bit inside for ball 1. So Crone, it was subtle there, but you could see after he took that pitch, he looked at his bat and twisted it somewhat in his hand. So, you know, some hitters are very particular where they want that contact point to be.
Yep.
Right? Some guys want the ball to make contact in between the grains.
Yep.
That's what I was taught with wood bat.
Yeah, and you know what? So much has changed now, and I didn't even get a chance to use these maple. The maple bats, you can't see a grain on them, so they have a little mark on them, just a little bit below the label. They'll have a mark. It's almost on the hands, and it lines up the grain, and it's graded by that spot. A lot of them have it that are maple, so it is kind of difficult with some of the wood that's out there now. Some of the flame tempered, you know, we've talked about before. Well, that's a nice flame bat. You can see the grain.
Down he goes. Chunas strikes out his first with his slider, and at the end of 1, no score. And Jorge Bonifacio is not in the lineup again tonight. Here's our University of Kansas Health System injury report update. He is still day-to-day with lower back stiffness. He's better today than he was yesterday when he was scratched from the starting lineup. And Boney said that he tweaked his lower back in his pregame workout. Lucas Duda will lead off the second inning against Ryan Stanek, who got 3 fly balls in the first inning, and he may get his 4th as Duffy goes into foul ground and makes a play, 1 down. And this artificial surface, HUD, is not the best place for a guy who's got either a sore knee or a sore lower back.
Yeah, no, I was going to tell you, even though the modern day turf is a lot more cushy, has more cushion, softer than the turf in the 60s and 70s, 80s turf, 90s, that's all they had. It was a lot harder, but this still, it's not natural, and it can cause you to have some lower back pain, some knee pain, especially coming from a grass field. So it's typical.
They've tried to create a warning track by mixing in some dirt with the dirt colored portion. 0-2 on Rosel Herrera. I had a really interesting conversation with Royals head trainer Nick Kenny about the turf, and he reiterated what you said, that hard turf, that was just basically carpet on top of concrete. It's hard on the joints. You're just standing on a hard surface.
Brutal.
And now Herrera's down on strikes, and they're 2 away. And he said, the spongy turf, today's turf, feels good, but guys still end up with sore lower back or knees. And I said, why is that if it's spongy? And he said if it's too spongy, that you don't realize it, but your body is constantly adjusting itself for balance. So all your joints and your ligaments are constantly trying to find equilibrium because it feels a bit unsettling because it's spongy. And so your body's getting a workout the whole game and you don't even realize it. It's kind of like when you lie down in a really soft bed, it feels good, but you wake up sore the next day because your body's constantly trying to steady itself, even itself out, and you end up having a workout. You're hardly moving. So it's important to move around when you're in the outfield here. Not stand in the same place. 1-1 on Ryan O'Hearn, who drove in the Royals' only run last night with his first hit against a left-hand pitcher as a big leaguer, and it came against Blake Snell with an opposite field home run to left center field.
Yeah, the carpet in our day was bouncier, and if you had speed, it was good. It was a part of my game. Personally, I liked it, and I played over half of my career on turf. St. Louis, Montreal, the year in Japan, we had an artificial turf field, but when you went on the road, you played on grass, and that gave your legs a little bit of a break. But I know a lot of guys that would ice down their backs, necks, and everything after games on there. So we went.
Stanek ties a career high with 2 innings.
field for the Royals, and last night Alex Gordon went from left field into here, and this is not an easy surface to dive onto. He survived it just fine, wasn't able to catch the ball. But talking to Alex and the first base coach and outfield coach Mitch Meyer, and Ryan, you were alluding to this a little bit with the warning track. The warning track serves a purpose for players. When they feel that dirt and they feel the surface change, they know they're approaching a wall. Here's the issue. If you walk out there on that carpet, you can't tell the difference between the field and the warning track, so you would need to look up to see where you're at. But because of the roof and how easy it is to lose the ball in the roof, in the dome, you cannot take your eye off the ball here. So nothing to warn you and no way to take your eye off the ball. That's the biggest challenge, and that is why Alex ended up out here, leadoff hit there. And guys, Alex said he fell into here, and he quietly whispered to the fan that had the ball, "Here, let me have that ball." And he tried to hold it up to sell it to the umpire, big smile on his face. He knew the umpire wasn't buying it.
And that umpire was Scott Berry, who was running out there and first checked to see if Alex was all right, and then made the safe motion, meaning no catch, but heck of an effort.
Yeah, it was. I loved how he whispered, "Hey, you know, hand me the ball."
So Kiermaier's at first. Here's Willie Adames. One hop to Escobar, to Merrifield, and not in time. Royals will take another look at that.
Kind of hit it off the end of the bat, so he didn't exactly barrel it. Could have got there a little quicker if he'd have barreled it. Worked out pretty good. Whitley was playing in back of him. I don't know. I think they want to check it.
They are. John Libka, the first base umpire, making the call. Ball hits glove there. It's pretty easy, isn't it, Bud?
You'd think.
He is out. Double play. 6-4-3. And Adames was not far from the Rays dugout, so he had a pretty good idea that he was out. So 2 down to Michael Perez. Rays rookie catcher has a couple of hits in this series, and now he has 3. So the double play was big. Runner at first with 2 down.
Perez has a nice, short, compact swing. He's not a real big guy, but they love his receiving skills. And hope to make him into an everyday catcher. Don't have to be Salvador Perez size to be a good catcher.
Carlos Gomez takes down an away ball 1. He had a very eventful last inning in last night's game. He was thrown out at the plate as a pinch runner in the bottom of the 8th, and then he dropped a fly ball in the 9th, which allowed the Royals to bring the tying run to the plate. But Sergio Romo got a couple of strikeouts to end the game. Loves to swing the bat. 2 balls, 1 strike. And that's a smash past Dozier and all the way down into the corner. And Perez will be held at third. Gomez goes sliding into second base with no throw and no fielder within 20 feet of him.
He wanted to get dirty. But like you said, he's aggressive. That's a little two-seamer. Had some pretty good action coming in. Just caught a little bit too much of the plate. That ball was by Dozier. And there's nobody there. Look at that. He loves it. He's high energy at the end of his career, smelling the rose type of player. Smell it. He's enjoys competing.
Outside to Brandon Lau. He was in the lineup last night and was 0 for 4. And that's back through the middle, and that will be worth 2. Lau drives in Perez and Gomez, and Tampa Bay takes a 2-0 lead. And all this after 2 outs and nobody on base.
Yeah, that was a get me over slider, but that's what it was. It was a get me over that was elevated, and Lau was able to read it. Then Junis, you know, he's good at backing up bases when he needs to, but he kind of was halfway between pitcher's mound and home plate when he realized, oh, Brett Phillips is out there. I better get behind the plate. He might throw him out. Respecting his arm. Even though a ball hit that slow, it'd be tough to throw a runner out for a center fielder.
Alex Smith with a runner at first base. And as the pitchers continue to get acclimated with the shifts, I mean, the way that ball was hit and where it was hit, Junis' first thought might have been ground ball out, inning over.
Yeah.
Smith popped out to Merrifield first time up, and now he rolls it out to Escobar. And in the dirt, but pulled out by Duda, and that's the inning. So Perez and Gomez get hits with 2 outs, and Lau gets him home. Bennett Kauffman Stadium with Buck Night and summer fireworks. Every Friday home game during the summer. Enjoy hot dogs and peanuts for just $1 and then stay after the game for a fireworks spectacular right from your seats. Our next Buck Night is coming up the day after tomorrow when the Royals begin a homestand against the Cleveland Indians. Tickets are available now at Royals.com. So a Chevy call to the bullpen. Ryan Stanek pitched 2 perfect innings with a couple of strikeouts. And now right-hander Yanni Chirinos. And the Royals have not seen him yet. He'll get Dozier, Phillips, and Escobar. Good tailing fastball.
Yep, he's got a little life, no doubt about it. A lot of these young Rays pitchers that are out of the bullpen, all hard throwers.
And on him again, no balls, 2 strikes.
Boring in.
Dozier is 1 for 4 in this series. Changeup. And that was fading in on Dozier, 0-2.
Yep, he's got a power sinker. It's mid-90s. Slider, split finger. We'll have to check and look and see what that grip is. If he's putting a changeup grip or a splitty. Nothing but heat there. It's just challenging you. Here it is. Got a little 2-0 lead already. They have the plan. Told you I talked with Kyle Snyder first day in about that bullpen. See, he's got a split finger grip there. That's a splitty he's using to see if it has any downward movement. Usually it goes down and into the righty. Ooh,
ouch.
Got it on the muscle.
Your StatCast AI powered by AWS.
Yeah, and that's, you know, Hunter Dozier, they're pitching him in because they know that's where he hits it, but they're defending in on the to the pull side.
And then a pitch going away. So everything was riding in on him, and then slider down and away, strikes out Dozier, 1 down.
That's a chase pitch.
Yep. Nice sequence of pitches there by Chirinos, and now 1 out to Brett Phillips.
Set him up nicely for that. All those hard running heaters in. Look at that. That ball's, that's breaking 3 inches away. I mean, it's got that kind of hair on it.
Brett was in the lineup on Monday with a big fan section here. Growing up about 15 minutes from Tropicana Field. And he was 0 for 3 in that game. And then was not in the lineup last night with the tough lefty Blake Snell on the mound. One and 2. Splitter got him looking. And Rays pitchers have struck out the last 4 Royals, and the Royals have been hanging up a lot of strikeouts lately.
Sure have. That's an excellent pitch. See that little downward action? With his sinking fastball and the split finger, really, those are the only 2 pitches he needs, although he dispatched Dozier with a slider.
Fans last night got a couple of tacos and some chips because the Rays struck out 10 or more.
They were handing out the certificates to the people as they walked out.
Yep. You have to do quite a bit of traveling, though, to get the tacos and the chips, because the promotion is sponsored by a furniture store. So you have to go to the furniture store to get the coupons, and then you take the coupons to get your tacos and your chips.
Oh, okay.
They're just hoping maybe you might buy a couch on the way.
Oh, what an interesting ploy that is.
Yeah. That sign, I think, has been up there since the first year, going
Okay.
back to '98.
Ah, take home a sofa while you're here.
I'm here for the taco and chips coupon. Okay. Any chance you need a dining room table?
That's funny. Hello.
That's the organist.
Well,
Out there by the furniture sign.
okay, there you go. You're nodding off a little bit on
Yeah.
us. It's all right.
It's good to see an organ at a ballpark, though.
I like it.
Escobar has hit in 6 straight. He got under that one, and that'll reach the seats. Bouncing on the concrete. Nice catch. So a 6-game hitting streak for Eske. And over his last 12 games, he's hitting .350. Getting back to using the whole field. Perez wants a high fastball, but that's too high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He is hitting over .380 during his current hit streak. Last night, Eske made his first career start at second base. When he was coming up with the Brewers, the plans were always for him to be their everyday shortstop, but he would play some center field. So he's been moving around going back to the beginning of his big league career, but when he came to the Royals, he was a shortstop every day for several years. But now we've seen him at third, we've seen him at second, we've seen him at center.
It's going to help him if he wants to play any longer. I mean, he's certainly has some years left in him. But he's a world champion and he's a Gold Glover. There's a lot to be said for that.
And an ALCS MVP.
Right. And an excellent teammate. He's, you know, I've never heard anybody say anything bad about Eske. He's always got a smile on his face. He always battles. He shows up to play every day.
Duffy throws him out by 2 steps. And the first 3 innings for the Rays pitchers tonight are perfect. Every ticket played gives back to Missouri schools. So play it forward with the Missouri Lottery. And by Chevrolet, the most awarded and fastest growing brand the last 4 years overall. Find yours at your Kansas City area Chevy dealers. Slider for a strike from Jacob Junis to Matt Duffy. Tampa Bay got 2 with 2 outs in the second inning on a base hit from Brandon Lau, their number 9 hitter. That was a swing. And it's 0-2 on Duffy, who lined out to Merrifield at second base in the first inning. Three pitches, down he goes. And that's Jake's second strikeout.
Get ahead to finish him. Look at that. That's a big bender right there now. Now he's on the side of the ball. He has another slider that has more downward movement instead of that lateral movement you're seeing there. But both of them are effective.
Arcia drive to success. And with pitchers who have thrown 200 or more innings with the Royals, Jacob Junis has the 4th lowest, or highest I should say, strikeout to walk ratio. Trailing only James Shields, who was with the Royals for 2 years. Zach Greinke and Brett Saberhagen were with the Royals much longer. And there have been times where the Royals have felt like maybe Junis was throwing too many strikes. Number 1 is the ability to throw strikes. Never want to take that away from a pitcher, but there are times where you might want to go out of the strike zone.
Yep. Especially to a certain type of aggressive hitter.
Something that Jacob has been navigating through as he's had some difficulty this year. 3rd time through the order is, you know, who he should actually be pitching to, who he should be pitching around. But it's a much better problem to have, somebody who throws too many strikes as opposed to a guy who doesn't throw enough strikes. 3-2 on Ji-Man Choi.
And you know, with all the information that's out there now on hitters and pitchers, I mean, there's just everything about them, what they pitch from the first pitch, second pitch, on later in the game. They know everything about it, so it's a lot more difficult for players to have success, especially when you're young. They find a spot, they find a hole in your swing or anything like that, they'll wear it out.
I think it's only human nature for a young pitcher to get to the big leagues and give the hitters too much credit and be afraid to throw strikes. And that's what Ned Yost and Cal Eldred have been pounding into the young pitcher's head. Attack, attack, attack. If you get beat because you're in attack mode, there's going to be a lot more grace among the coaching staff than the pitcher is getting himself into trouble because he's walking hitters. Hit hard, and it almost pinned Eske up against the left field wall, but he makes the catch, and Junis has a 1-2-3 bottom of the 3rd.
It's outstanding. Love the signs. Thank you, ladies.
Imagine if the Royals hit a triple, how excited they'll be. That's a real camera. The Kansas City Honda dealers will make a $1,000 donation to the KC Urban Youth Academy if the Royals hit a triple tonight. First time through, Royals were 9 up, 9 down against Ryan Stanek and Yanni Chirinos. This is Chirinos' second inning. He struck out 2 in his perfect third. Witt flied out to right field in the first inning. Foul tip. No balls, 2 strikes.
Whitley, he'll have something to push for the rest of the year, always. I mean, every day, even if his average wasn't right at 300, he would still be, like all these guys, giving their best effort because you only go around once and careers are really short. But he's got to hit 302. He wants to keep that above the 300 mark. So he's going to try to do the best he can, find them holes and keep getting on base. And the walks are really important too, and he's really done well with that. Next walk will be his 50th on the season. One of the reasons he's got a 372 on base percentage, which is excellent.
Still 2-2. So 49 walks this year. 48 in his entire career prior to this year in almost 230 games. We were just having this conversation about Avisail Garcia in Chicago. You have a good year on offense, the league's going to pitch you differently and you're going to see fewer strikes. Now the question is, are you willing to accept that or not? And Witt has. So
yeah,
he'll take the walks.
He has been. He's made great adjustments on it, on how they're trying to pitch him this year. Oh,
deep to left field, but hooking. It is off the top of the screen. Whit Merrifield hits a long home run to left field. That is his 9th of the year, and the Royals are on the board.
That was a no-doubter. Yeah, some Whitley fans down there. I've seen a Whitley big hit. Oh, excuse me. Yeah. Witt. Sorry, Witt. That's a great hit. Nice going. Mo Lottery replay shows you the breaking ball. He's sitting right on it at 86. Whit Merrifield, 9th. I like it. He's talking to it, no doubt. Hits the fair pole.
Don't make Kissy upset.
No, I had a talk with myself today too about that, and thanks for holding me accountable. Yeah, look, he's explaining it. Yeah, that had a little hook on it. He's going good. Some would say he's living right.
So he's hit in 11 straight with that home run. And he says he hit a splitter. So another run for the Royals as a result of a home run. All 8 of their runs in the last 4 games have been on home runs. And now Alex hits it hard to right field, but Gomez is there. I think he might be fighting the lights or anticipating losing it in the lights. 1 down.
Let's go a little stat cast. We'll show you all the dimensions. Launch angle 34, 400-foot shot right there. Okay, that is a split finger. Whitley was right. Look at it, came right into him. Looked like, without seeing that slow motion camera replay of it, it had a little slider look to it, but not many guys are using a split finger today's game. But it stayed up. Got it, barreled it.
One and one on Salvi. He flied out to center field in the first inning. Slider is in there, 1-2.
I mean, imagine trying to command a split finger or a fork ball with your fingers split on the side of the ball. How in the world do you throw strikes with it, or even put it close?
And with arm speed.
Yeah. I think it's just repetition. To me, it's amazing. That and the changeup or field pitches, obviously. And it takes, those are pitches that take a long time to develop. Check it out. There it is. I mean, that's a fork ball. That's not a split finger. See how that's tumbling? Now,
not tumbling as much as he wanted it to.
No. Witt tumbled it over the wall or off the pole. But there's a difference. I'll have to ask him if that tumbled out, or when you don't put your fingers on the side of the ball as far, you go up a little higher. That's called a split finger, and it looks like a fastball with the rotation.
Jammed and caught. Adames takes care of Salvador Perez, 2 outs. For that home run, Royals have been in a pretty deep offensive slump. They had allowed or scored only 1 run in 28 innings. And some of that is because of the Rays pitching. The Rays, before that home run, had given up 1 run in their last 35 innings. Duda fouled out to the third baseman Duffy in the 2nd inning. And now Duffy runs out into left. He's called out by Smith, and that ends the inning. Whit Merrifield hits his 9th home run. He extends his hitting streak to 11 games, and it's now a 2-1 game.
Nice swing. Rays up 2-1 here, bottom of the 4th inning at the Trop. Parents and grandparents, it's not too late to purchase the perfect gift for your young Royals fans. Purchase the 2018 Sluggers Blue Crew box for just $30. Membership includes a jersey, flat bill cap, drawstring bag, 2 compression sleeves, 2 home game ticket vouchers, and much more. Sign up now at royals.com/Blue Crew.
Two to 1 game. Kevin Kiermaier leads off. He also led off the 2nd inning with a single, but then Adames, the next batter, grounded into a double play. But then the Rays got a single, a double, and another single from Brandon Lau. to score 2 runs. 2 balls and no strikes on Kiermaier. Three balls, no strikes. At the knees, 3 balls, 1 strike. Kiermaier was really struggling when this series began, but he is 5 for 9 against the Royals. 3 balls, 2 strikes. He had been hitting 127 this month. 127 in 18 games. And he has another base hit. Herrera's going to have to hustle to cut it off, which he will, but Kiermaier will have a leadoff double. So he's led off an inning twice, and both times he has reached base.
The slider stayed inside, and he knew it right away on contact. He was going to go. Now, he's a good runner. Had a little grimace on his face there, giving his gloves to Timmons, but you hope like heck he's okay. They dodged an injury bug last night with Pham dislocating his finger, but they pulled it back and got right again, and he's took some swings today, but obviously didn't have to disable him. So that's a real good. Some good news for the Rays.
Well, the Royals probably don't mind if Willy Adames wants to bunt. Our Kubota power stats in August, he's hitting .350. He has hit 4 home runs, including 1 last night. The Royals have Dozier in at third and Duda in at first.
A little bit surprised, especially the way he's been swinging the bat.
Not bunting this time, and he's down in the count 0-2.
He takes a rip. So young, but you know, I introduced myself to him today. He's a Derek Jeter, you mentioned that as one of his heroes, and Manny Ramirez likes Manny, and impressed with his English, how quickly he's learned the language.
He went. Paul Nart, the home plate umpire, said that he went around. Adames wanted an appeal to the first base umpire. So Junis strikes him out on 3 pitches.
Yep, sometimes the umpire, he says, no, I don't need any help. You went. So he points at you. Looked like he went.
And I've brought this up before, but I've had more than one umpire tell me that it looks good when you're asking one of your fellow umpires for help, but really the home plate umpire has the best look. He's the closest. He is tracking the ball from the pitcher's hand into the catcher's glove. So when he sees the bat intersect the path of the ball, he has a really good look of how far the bat went in his attempt to strike the baseball. 2 balls and no strikes. Michael Perez with 2 outs and nobody on in the second inning singled. Then Gomez doubled, and then Lau singled to drive in the Rays 2 runs. Start tonight for Junis is looking a lot like Friday at the White Sox. And when it was all said and done, Jake had a good night. He allowed just 2 runs in 5 1/3, but the White Sox had runners in every inning. They had runners in scoring position in 5 of 6 innings. But on that night, Chicago was just 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position, so it was a good looking line, but Jacob had to pitch out of trouble for most of that game. 2 balls, 2 strikes against Perez. And now tonight, he's had base runners in 3 of 4 innings and base runners in scoring position in 3 of 4 innings. Due to fumbles, but Junis is there. It was interesting right before that pitch out. I've been noticing catchers doing more of what Salvi just did and trying to make sure that the runner at second doesn't give away location. But I noticed Michael Perez of the Rays was doing it too. Salvi puts a sign down and his initial target is up. And then as Junis begins his windup, then he puts the target. See, he's trying to con somebody into thinking that he wants a high pitch, and then right before Junis pitches, he puts the target where he really wants it.
Yeah, and you know what? There are some guys out there that are at second base runners that do relay, but sometimes you overthink it. Most of the time when a veteran's out there running the bases, maybe you might think about trying to trick them a little bit, but sometimes get in your head.
Did you have anyone as a teammate that was particularly good as a runner at second base?
Yes, Chili was really good at
Chili Davis.
Tony Phillips was good. Veteran utility player. Spike Owen, he had a good idea of it. I wasn't very good at it. I tried. I got drilled, thrown at a couple of times because they knew I was.
So you have not only you have to be good at it, but you have to be very subtle too, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And when it came to pitches too, they would come in the dugout and say, "Hey, I got his pitches if you want them." And I would say, "No, thank you. I don't want you to be, I've been looking at you and then you're wrong, and I'm guessing.
Right.
I'll take my chances myself. I got him." Okay.
But most of the time, that runner at second base is trying to give away location, right?
Most of the time.
Gomez doubled past Dozier at third his first time up. That looked like a swing, and it was.
They've been trying to steal signs for years.
It's part of the game.
100 years at least. 150.
I think it's actually been more like 350 years.
It seems like.
Yeah. Junis gets out of a mess in the 4th inning. He gives up a leadoff double, but then retires the next 3 with 2 strikeouts. He has struck out 4 tonight. is brought to you by Ram. Come in now to the Ram Summer Clearance Event and get a great deal today. Is that where you took Monty?
Yep. Loves the golf.
Salvador Perez was almost injured. Speaking of almost injured, Herrera just whistled one right by Yanni Chirinos, and Salvi may not be very happy right now with the way the bottom of the fourth ended. Carlos Gomez struck out against Jacob Junis. He fired his bat in the dirt right in front of Salvi. He wasn't trying to injure Salvi, but got a little careless with his tantrum, and when it was all said and done, his equipment was everywhere. Oh, and 1 on Ryan O'Hearn. One ball, one strike. Ryan Stanek from Stillwell went the first 2 innings. And this is Yanni Chirinos' 3rd inning. 2 balls and 1 strike. Three and 1. Whether you're mad at someone else or yourself, isn't it a fine if you're firing bats and helmets in the dirt?
By an umpire or by your teammates?
That's into right center field. Ryan O'Hearn has extra bases, and he will stop at second base with a 1-out double.
Yeah, you'd think umpire could fine you for that. Look at that. Nice, good swing on the low fastball at 93. That's a good, short, compact swing there by O'Hearn. He saw it all the way. Nothing better. Look at him taking off. He's thinking 3, but being down a run, no need to force it.
Oh, he has his first major league double.
How about it?
After all those home runs.
No wonder he had a little life coming out of that box.
Hunter Dozier with a runner at second base and 1 out. 0-1. Speaking of tantrums.
Stop it. Just kidding. Hunter Dozier is 27 today. It is his birthday, so a happy birthday to Hunter. Maybe he can knock in his good buddy Ryan O'Hearn. And recently, special days, he has homered. He homered on Father's Day, and he's been a father for the last year. Then he homered on his son Bodie's first birthday last month in late July. So he talked to his wife and his son via FaceTime. They're back in Kansas City today. I don't know that Bodie at just over 1 is old enough to say, Dad hit me a home run, but he was thinking it'd be a nice birthday present.
Okay. Is that a prediction?
It's a hope.
Okay.
Go ahead, Joel.
Yeah.
Dial 8 for him.
I mean, everybody's hoping. That'll get O'Hearn to 3rd.
How about just pick up a ribby? Hey, and when it comes to dialing 8, does anybody dial 8 anymore?
With the hotel phones? You
Yeah.
might have to explain that, because there might be a whole generation of viewers who have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, you know what? Not that long ago, to get an outside call before cell phones came
In a hotel.
in a hotel, you had to dial 8 to get a long distance line.
Right.
And then you could call direct.
Right.
So a lot of us ball players would say, I'm dialing 8 here, long distance. He had a good rip. He just needed that to elevate a little bit.
2 balls, 2 strikes. And 9 was a local call.
Right. Yeah, so nobody wanted to dial 9. That's a lousy single.
I'd take a dial 9 right here for Dozier with a runner at 3rd and 1 out.
And with the infield in, come on, think middle. Go right side. Forget about the homer. Just get him on, get him over, get him in like we talked about. Not to hit the homer, just shorten up. One fielder on the infield on the right side.
That is the sacrifice fly line. and pulled foul. So anything at that line or behind it favors Dozier's ability to get O'Hearn to the plate. Yeah, little Royals fan got himself a souvenir. Take that back with him to Kansas City. His two brothers seem to be handling it well. Fastball away at 96. Now the infield will shift over to the right for Brett Phillips. That was part of my pregame interview with Ned Yost tonight on radio. Getting runners in from third with less than 2 outs. And I described it as that's an issue in the entire industry. And Ned said it's not really an issue, it's just the way the game's played now. 2-strike approach and the ability to shorten up, get a runner in from third with less than 2 outs. I mean, that's a struggle throughout the game right now. The percentages of success are going down. And as a result, the Royals are scoreless in the 5th inning. With your student ID, you can enjoy a happy hour special at the Boulevard Grill concession stand as you listen to live local music. And the next artist is Jessica Page, coming up a week from today. Royals.com/student night for the full list of bands and for tickets. Two to 1 Tampa Bay, bottom of the 5th inning. The Rays couldn't get a leadoff double home in the bottom of the 4th inning, and the Royals are not able to get a runner at third and 1 out home in the top of the 5th. Lau is retired. He drove in the 2 Rays runs with 2 down in the 2nd inning. 1 away in the 5th. Malik Smith begins the third time through the order for the Rays. He has popped out to second and grounded out to short. Inside edge for a strike. This will be an item that Jacob Junis will want to correct next year. Third time to the order, 358 average. Only Jake Odorizzi of the Twins has a higher average third time to the order, and he's up over 370. And when we last faced the Twins, there was some talk about the Twins doing what the Rays do on the nights that Odorizzi pitches. Get one of your best relievers to get through the order the first time, and then you hand the ball over to Odorizzi, much like the Rays did on Monday night when Hunter Wood handed the ball over to the lefty Ryan Yarbrough. Alex goes on the mound and then slides down the mound for the second out.
We talked about that play today. I said, Alex, does it trouble you that the bullpen mounds in just 3 ballparks in America in the big leagues have that? He goes, yeah, you just got to watch for it. See, now he did stumble a little bit there, but look at this. He sat down and didn't want to mess with the wall or the slope, and that's one heck of a catch. Much more difficult than you think it was.
It looked like to me he was actually preparing for the mound. Like he
saw it.
He leaped onto the mound instead of, you know, using his normal stride. He might have tripped on the mound.
Yep, he told me he had an issue in Oakland on their mound. So that's the only time, but he says he's very aware of that. And he looked like he got to the line there. He looked down and he knew exactly where he was. It's hard to put anything by him. He's well prepared.
1-2 on Matt Duffy. Two balls, 2 strikes.
You know, and another thing here in this ballpark, we talked a lot about the artificial surfaces, that you see the rim there, it's orange around the wall and the warning track, but it's the same material. It's just colored differently, so there's really no warning track at all. Now that's the mound. The mound's got dirt on it, but all of this right here is all artificial turf. It's just colored like dirt. So it doesn't alert an outfielder that he's getting close to the wall.
They've tried in years past to mix in some dirt so it gives the fielder a little bit of a different feel, as opposed to the ground up rubber and old tires. You can see on the edge there where the dirt turns into the green.
Yeah, right here.
All the little black specks in the green, those are old ground up tires. And they've tried to put some dirt in the orange portion just so it feels different when a fielder is going at full speed. That'll drop. Matt Duffy is on with 2 down. And now G-Man Choi, who's hit the ball hard in both of his at-bats. He has doubled to right center field, and he has grounded sharply to Duda at first base. Junis's pitch count is not an issue tonight. He is at 67 with 2 down in the 5th inning. Hit hard, but never fair.
Ooh, man, watch out.
That away. 0-2.
Yeah, a little backdoor slider.
Choi has hit in 9 straight with his first inning double. Salvi wants this pitch up. That was not tempting. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Duffy runs. Salvi's throw arrives late.
Stole that on Junis. He got an excellent jump, and that's what helped him. Watched Junis's 3 or 4 pitches, and it was a breaking ball. Took a little bit long to get there. Duffy with his 9th.
So it's another inning where the Rays have a runner in scoring position. So far they are 1 for 5. We were talking last inning about how this start is similar to Jake's start on Friday against the White Sox. A lot of base runners in scoring position, but the White Sox were just 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position, and now tonight they are 1 for 5. Still 2-2.
That's good. Adames has personality.
3-2.
Wants it down there. Joy, he's going to hit the ball where it's pitched. He's pretty much a spray hitter, but if you give him something in his wheelhouse, he knows he's hitting third for the first time in his career. He wants to impress his manager, so be careful. The location.
Jake's overall pitch count is good, but he has thrown 20 in this inning. CJ Cron is on deck. Still 3-2. Junis, who has great composure. It's hard to tell if he's happy or upset on the mound. Looked a little frustrated after that foul ball by Choi. So he probably realizes he's having a long inning.
He does a great job masking his emotions.
That is a fair ball, and Duda wasn't able to connect with Junis. He wasn't there, and he wasn't able to get to the bag in time. So on one hand, the Royals don't get an out. On the other hand, Duda kept that ball out of the outfield, and Duffy stops at third.
So you don't think Choi's an athlete? Watch this. He scalds that ball, but he gets there. Now, Duda, excellent play right there. That scores a run easily, but he was able to get there. No problem. Now, Junis, sometimes, you know, you get locked up and you're thinking about other things, and if you don't get the jump right away, you get beat. Choi showing some good speed.
So that means Cron comes to the plate with runners at first and third, and he cracks his bat, and Duda makes a play. So it only cost Junis 1 more pitch, and the Rays strand 2 more in the bottom of the 5th inning. Tampa Bay is on top, 2-1. It'll be Alcides Escobar, Whit Merrifield, and Alex Gordon in our Sonic Slam inning. And our contestant is Terry York from beautiful Lee Summit. If the Royals hit a home run out of the park in this inning, Terry wins $400. If the Royals hit a grand slam out of the park, Terry wins $25,000 from Sonic and the Royals. And this is inning number 4 for Yanni Chirinos. Broken bat. Adames backhand, sets his feet, and throws out Escobar. One down, and it's time for our sprint trivia question. 10 years ago, it was the Rays winning the American League and eventually losing to the Phillies in the World Series. HUD, who are the 4 active pitchers who appeared on that Rays team?
Okay. James Shields.
James Shields. Is J.P. Howell still active? No balls, 2 strikes on Whit, who homered off the top of the left field foul pole in the 4th inning. That was against Chirinos.
How about Alex Cobb?
Ten years ago, I think he was just a free agent for the first time, wasn't he? This past offseason. J.P. Howell, by the way, is playing for the San Rafael Pacifics.
Okay.
So he's active. It's not in the big leagues.
Okay, active meaning in the big leagues then. Okay.
That's back into the crowd. Adam Kolarek loosens up in the Rays bullpen.
Was Hamill on that team?
Well, been around over 10 years, hasn't he? He came up with the Rays.
I thought he did. Write him down.
Okay. All the pitcher had to do was make an appearance for that team.
How about Boxberger?
It's 10 years ago.
Okay.
Think Boxberger's been around that long?
Oh, well, you know what? It's hard to. Whit has taken some great rips. Just missing.
Oh, David Price. Remember, they called him up and pitched him out of the bullpen.
Good call.
Long battle is won by Chirinos. That's his 4th strikeout. David Price was taken in 07. Pretty sure they used him in 08. You want to try David Price?
I think we should.
David Price. Correct. Here.
How many more?
Where's our ding, ding, ding?
Ding, ding, ding.
Okay. 2 more.
Ooh.
Hit right on the nose, but Kiermaier backpedals and makes the play. So Alex lines out again.
2 hard hit balls.
By T-Mobile.
Can't tell you the degree of difficulty right there. He made that look easy. And Malik Smith saying, really? And Alex saying, ha ha.
The little leap on the mound, I think, was the key part there.
Whatever it
The
was.
anticipation, he didn't break stride.
You're right.
Didn't trip.
It was smooth as can be. The sit-down slide was even better as he was making the catch. Man, he makes stuff look easy out there. And we just talked about that before the game.
Kiermaier takes a strike. He is leading off for a 3rd time, and he's the number 5 hitter. He led off the 2nd with a single. He led off the 4th with a double. Junis got around that. Tough play for Dozier. It lands in the 1st row. So it is 2-1 Tampa Bay, but both the Rays and Royals can look at the bottom of the 4th and top of the 5th as runs that got away. Junis ended up working around that leadoff double. Got a couple of strikeouts that followed the double. Then the Royals had a runner at 3rd with 1 out in the 5th inning, and Chirinos navigated around that. And down goes Kiermaier. So Junis has another 3-pitch strikeout tonight. He has struck out 5.
Join Fox Sports Kansas City on September 30th for a special day at the K. Every ticket purchase will benefit the special needs community right here in Kansas City. Get your tickets at royals.com/special day and join us. Be a part of it.
That's the last day of the season.
That is.
Here's Willie Adames. He is grounded into a double play and struck out. That was only the 80th pitch thrown by Jacob Junis in 5 1/3 innings. 2 balls, no strikes. Down around the end of the bat, but he got enough of it to drop it into center field for a 1-out single. All right, we have James Shields and David Price in our sprint trivia question. There are 4 pitchers who are still active that appeared for the 2008 American League champion Tampa Bay Rays.
Well, in between innings, we threw out Matt Garza. He was on the team, but right now he's a free agent.
Yep.
Okay, so he's not active.
You want to try Hamill?
Yeah,
He made his debut with the Rays.
I think
He's been around for a long time.
Run him up the flagpole.
Jason Hamill. HUD.
Ding,
Nice
ding,
work.
ding, ding. All right. One more?
Yep. And we have all 3 strikes to work with. Jason Hamill pitched 40 games that year.
Got it.
Yep. He was here 06, 07, and 08, so that was his 3rd year. Tim Hill is getting ready in the Royals bullpen. And some left-hand batters coming up if this ends up being a long inning for Junis. This is just his 85th pitch, and it's off of Merrifield's glove. And Adames will go first to 3rd. So Witt was there. He just couldn't get a glove on it. And the Rays have runners at 1st and 3rd with 1 out.
Okay, he's sitting over there, and you know he'll tell you that he would like to have made that play, but it looked like it did come up on him. Let's see. Yeah, just didn't go up with it right off the thumb.
And that'll bring up Carlos Gomez, who is a strikeout candidate, and Junis has struck him out tonight. And a bunt, but foul. That did not appear to be a suicide squeeze. Adames was coming down the line, but he wasn't sprinting down the line. Yep, he was prepared for a bunt, not running as Junis delivered the pitch.
Well, you know, Gomez saw first base there. Had he put that ball down, he would have gotten the runner over and knocked him in. So, I mean, I don't think that was put on at all. But maybe it was.
Tries it again, and the Royals are fortunate to get an out. Salvador Perez makes a nice play. So Gomez doing the best thing he can do to get the runner in from 3rd with less than 2 outs.
There it is.
And the Rays lead 3-1.
Yep. He had that in mind the whole time. He could have done it the first time if he'd have got it down, but this one he just says, look, with the speed at 3rd base, I can get this done. That's a nice little push, but Salvi again pounces on it like a cat.
And now Ned Yost is out with left-hand batters coming up. And Jacob will depart with a runner at 2nd, 2 down. Tim Hill is a Chevy call to the bullpen. Tampa Bay has taken a 3-1 lead in the bottom of the 6th inning. It's a whole new ball game with RBI Baseball 18. RBI Baseball 18 delivers all new franchise mode and much more. It's available now. Learn more at rbigame.com. Rated E for everyone. Outside from Tim Hill to Brandon Lau, who drove in the Rays' first 2 runs. And then more left-hand batters coming up after Lau. Smith, Choi. 1 ball, 1 strike. Michael Perez reached on an error, which was a key play in this inning. That got runners to first and third with 1 out, and then Carlos Gomez with a sacrifice bunt got Adames in from third. And now it's 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, left-handers have hit just 204 off of Hill. It's been good, just 1 homer. Sinker, slider, change-up are his pitches. He's going to go 90 to 93. It's not overpowering, but the arm angle can be deceptive. It's a lot of ground balls. A lot of hitters hit the top of the ball with him.
Drive lands into right field. Here comes Perez, and the throw is cut off. Perez held at third by the Rays' third base coach. So Lau has 2 hits, and the Rays have runners at first and third with 2 down.
Matt Quattro, the third base coach for the Rays, I mean, he's standing right in the way of Perez. I mean, it's a lot of courage. He's not a little guy. Is Matt Quattro, the third base coach, but he stood in his way, just like blocked him, said, "You're not going home."
And now another left-hand batter in Malik Smith. Takes a look at a pitch from Tim Hill. Smith is 0 for 3. We showed you Alex Gordon's nice play sliding on the bullpen mound back in the 5th inning. That was off the bat of Malik Smith.
See if he can get a little ground ball. Get out of it.
Lau runs from first, and it's fouled away. Here's one of the answers to our trivia question. Jason Hamill. Right-hand batter coming up after Smith, Matt Duffy. Runner going again, and that's lined to left field. And the Rays have 2 in the 6th inning. Michael Perez scores, and the Rays lead 4-1.
Yeah, this is a good piece of hitting here now on a pitch that's right down the middle at 90. Okay, he's looking in that area, right in the middle. He's zoning him, and he didn't try to pull him. He knew all he needed to do was just put the ball in play. There's a lot to that. We're seeing the Rays put the ball in play, and the Royals not.
So it'll be Jason Hamill to face Matt Duffy when we come back. Jackson and Lau reach with a single, and Malik Smith just drove in a run with a single. So right-hand hitting Matt Duffy's coming up. Jason Hamill is into the game. He's one of the answers to our trivia question. 4 active pitchers who pitched for the 08 Rays. Jason Hamill, James Shields, David Price.
And Edwin Jackson won 14 games for him that year.
How do you know?
Because I just looked him up. See if it was correct, my guess. He won 14 and lost 11.
That would be called cheating.
Well, if I guess a certain guy and I want to see if it's true, then I look him up sometimes.
You just ruined it for everybody.
Oh well. Just
no,
trivia.
not oh well.
What do you mean?
You just cost us a win.
What?
Have some faith. Just say Edwin Jackson.
Okay, well, I was just telling you how many games he won. I was honest.
Anyway, back to live action. Edwin Jackson pitched today for the A's. So
yeah.
he's in another pennant race 10 years later.
Making a difference. There's no doubt about it.
He's pitched for everybody, by the way.
I mean, I wonder how many. Let me see. Well, I got him. 16 years.
And now Hamill walks Duffy on 4 straight. He's wondering where he didn't get a strike. And now Rays have a chance to put a big inning together, and they have G-Man Choi coming up. Had 3 hard hit balls in his at-bats against Junis, and is 2 out of 3.
Hamill, fastball, slider, curve, change. Gonna find a way to get a pop out or a little ground ball out. Choi's looking to turn and burn with him loaded.
Two runs are home. Lau is at third. Smith is at second. Duffy's at first. He did not go around. And now Hamill's ahead, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
See if he can keep that ball down here. Maybe break a slider down low. Get him to swing out of the zone. He wants to get a hit to impress his manager all night long. First time hitting third. Typically your 3, 4, 5, 6 hitters are all guys that you count on a drive and run when runners get on. He got the ground ball he needed.
Close, but out. So the Rays get 2. One of the runs is unearned, and at the end of 6, the Rays lead by 3. summary. This is Brandon Lau with 2 outs in the second inning. He drove in Perez and Gomez to give the Rays a 2-0 lead in the fourth inning. Whit Merrifield hit one to the top of the left field foul pole for his 9th home run of the year and giving him an 11-game hitting streak. And Tampa Bay with a bunt, a safety squeeze by Carlos Gomez, and Malik Smith going to the opposite field against Tim Hill. They added 2 more, and their lead is 4-1 to the top of the 7th inning. And Yanni Chirinos is still out there. He has pitched 4 scoreless innings after Ryan Stanek went the first 2. So this game is a lot like Monday night when the Rays opener was Hunter Wood, and then he handed the ball off to Ryan Yarbrough, who went 5 1/3 innings. Hit hard right to Adames, who plays it off to his left side and throws a strike over to Crone. And Salvador Perez is 0 for 3. The Royals have 2 hits tonight in 6 1/3 innings, and there's Adam Kolarek. Looks like he's anticipating a call. He's just standing there waiting for his manager to come out of the dugout, but Kevin Cash is going to leave Chirinos in there.
There's been some balls that are well struck tonight off the Royals bats, but nothing to show for it. Alex Gordon's nailed it twice. Salvi hit one good there too.
Duffy wants it, and he's got it. The most popular design of the 90s is making a return with this season's Royals Zubaz Palooza shirt. So a shirt, Royals themed, with Zubaz sleeves. And that's with your theme ticket on Friday, August 31st. Royals.com/theme tickets. Be just like HUD and wear those with your Zubaz pants.
What a match.
Rosell Herrera is 0 for 2. Yanni Chirinos, product of the Rays farm system out of Venezuela. Last year he was their minor league pitcher of the year.
Good stuff. He's really picked up Kevin Cash today's game.
Kiermaier is back. Easy for him, and an easy inning for Chirinos. So he's given up 1 run in his 5 innings of relief.
a 12th round draft pick in 2014 by the Royals. Emilio Ogando, who is really on a nice roll. Talking to some of the Royals folks, they're really pleased with him. Said he's been outstanding over his recent starts after a really rough first half, but he has turned the corner, they believe. Said average fastball, above average curveball, good changeup, and now he has added a cutter. Really good feel of how to pitch. They're really happy with what they are getting from a later round, or at least not a high draft pick. Another name to keep in mind, Emilio Ogando.
What does an average fastball mean by today's standards, I wonder? It doesn't seem that long ago that it would, 87, 88 miles an hour, but I wonder if the average is 91, 92, 93.
Yeah, I'm going to say 90, 92, 93, probably. Because it's gone up quite a bit. That used to be an above average pitch, but young pitchers are trained a lot differently now, and they throw a lot harder.
Fouled away by C.J. Cron. Jacob Junis went 5 2/3. He gave up 4 runs. 2 were earned. It was first listed as 3 earned, but now 2 earned over his 5 2/3. Tim Hill faced 2 batters in the 6th inning without recording an out, and then Hamill came on and got the final out of the 6th. And he strikes out Cron with a high breaking ball. 1 down in the 7th inning.
Okay. Hamill. Good. Salvi wants it up there.
We were talking about that last night. A high breaking ball. Not high as in a hanging breaking ball in the middle of the strike zone, but high and maybe slightly out of the strike zone. That's not an easy pitch to hit. Kevin Kiermaier is 2 out of 3.
You ain't got no hits, bro. You got 2.
He did not go around. Carlos Torres down at third base. Two balls, 1 strike. Two and 2 on Kevin Kiermaier, who is a 31st round draft pick out of a junior college in Illinois. He was going to go to Purdue, but then the Rays took him late and he signed. Now he's one of the best defensive outfielders in the game.
Yep.
2 gold gloves, 1 platinum glove.
Saved over 90 runs defensively over the last 4 years. Cover some ground. We saw the one game where it was probably his worst game in his career. We made back-to-back errors on the same ball, right? Went under his glove. He came in. Remember last year?
Mm-hmm. And could have been charged with another error.
Oh, okay. So he made 2. I thought he made 3.
3 misplays at least.
That happens. These guys make it look so easy.
Pepsi, the fan favorite for every generation, celebrating 50 years of Royals baseball. Not as many Royals fans are here tonight compared to Monday night when Brett Phillips had over 800 friends and family here.
Yeah. I mean, Tropicana Field here, they would have loved having that crowd back. It was a large section. Trop.
Very simple sign. That is straight to the point.
Yep.
Kiermaier runs and it's fouled away. Jason Hamill was one of the answers to our trivia question, having pitched for the Rays in that 2008 team. They had their eye on Jason Hamill. The Devil Rays, as they were originally called, they drafted Jason Hamill twice. Jason's from the Pacific Northwest, and the Mariners took him out of high school. And then he said no and went to Treasure Valley Junior College in Oregon. And after his first year there, the Rays drafted him. He said no, and then they drafted him again. Did Escobar get his foot on the bag before the slide? Yes, according to second base umpire Scott Berry. So Kiermaier's down, 2 away.
Boy, nifty play there by Whitley, showing some good hands. Top spin right there. Look at that. That top spin. He was trying to get through quickly. A little sit down. And Escobar was able to get his foot on that base and try to get it over there to first, but there was no play because it's too fast.
Runner going. Runner out. Willie Adames is gunned down by Salvador Perez. Rays will take another look.
Yeah, he gone. Good throw by Salvi. That ball was on the first base side of the bag, and all Esky had to do was put the tag on him. He got a little strawberry, looks like.
The Rays agree with the call, and that's all for Tampa Bay in the bottom of the 7th.
Line your feet up, shoulder, everything perfect.
So-called opener concept has worked in this series against the Royals. Here's the Pizza Ranch for the win line for Yanni Chirinos. He took over in the 3rd inning for Ryan Stanek, and he has pitched 5 innings, allowing 1 run, 2 hits. That was a home run to Whit Merrifield. And he's back out there for the 8th.
Yeah, and they're going to ride him. I would think it's safe to say he won't be one of their guys they use tomorrow. He's doing an excellent job. Showing some 94, 95, a split finger and a slider. It's been good. Very effective.
Ryan Stanek had 2 perfect innings with a couple of strikeouts. The Royals hits tonight are Whit Merrifield's home run to left and Ryan O'Hearn's double in the 5th inning, his first major league double. Base hit. Good swing on a fastball at 91. O'Hearn is 2 out of 3.
Squaring the ball up, and once again, inside the trop, it sounds loud when you get a hit.
He reminds me of another left-hand batter.
First career multi-hit game for O'Hearn. Fantastic. Keep it up. I like his swings. It's controlled. Then he's barreling, not missing.
You have Brad Fulmer with the Angels when you were broadcasting there?
Yes.
Is he
world champion Brad Fulmer?
Is that who I'm thinking of? Brad Fulmer? No. Okay.
I saw a little Donnie baseball in him. In O'Hearn. Okay, now he's got a great balance. Look at this. Now he's going to rock back. Freeze it right there, please. Right there. Okay, look. Now he's loading the hip right here. That's what he's doing. Okay, let it keep going. Loading the hip. The balance is going to get a small step. It's not going to carry his head too far. Look at the head, as a matter of fact. It is nice. Great position. Look at that. Down through the ball. He's got great balance through here. Man, is that perfect. I love how he keeps his head on that ball. That's a nice swing. Keep it up.
Two 2-0 on Dozier. That'll be out of play.
Okay. Now, in order for Dozier to be able to survive at this level, he's going to have to learn how to not have that power swing every time up there. Just with 2 strikes especially. Shorten up your swing. Try to put a couple of balls to the opposite field if you can. You got a big chance there to keep the line moving and to keep your average up there.
Get the tying run to the plate.
Yeah. Forget that big swing.
That ball's well hit.
What did I say?
Kiermaier turns, and it's over the wall.
And there's his homer on his birthday. Yeah. Put that long swing away, except when you need 2 ribbies on his birthday. Congratulations.
So it's a 1-run game, and that's our Ram drive of the game.
Oh, and I mean, he barreled this. Now, it was a short, compact swing. See, look at that. I mean, that was nice. He didn't overswing. His shoulder wasn't flying out. Man, he laser lined that. And give Chirinos a parting gift.
Nobody out. Royals are down by 1 in the 8th inning.
Wow.
Well, Hunter Dozier tonight had struck out in his first 2 at-bats, including with a runner at third and less than 2 outs, and he had 2 strikes on him here in the 8th inning.
Woo, 107. That ball wasn't walking. Kiermaier, wow. He just turned and kind of jogged to the 404 sign. That ball was laced. Look at those guys.
Yeah.
They're hanging out, man. They're hanging in there.
They're responsible for the 2 runs. O'Hearn got the single in front of Dozier's home run. And now Adam Kolarek with Brett Phillips. And that's down and away. 2 balls and no strikes.
You know, watching Dozier, as you see Kolarek here, side-arming left-hander, 29 years old. Sinker slider change. Likes to go down and in to lefties coming in there. Watch out.
Back at him. And that's out number 1.
You know, we miss Rusty Kuntz, but we'll check out Dozier's swing. I was going to say, Rusty had great hair. Dozier's not too bad either. Watch this now, okay? His same thing as his buddy O'Hearn. Freeze the leg kick right there. He's loading up. That's nice, okay? He's brought his leg up. He's loading the hip, okay? Now he's going to set the foot down, but watch his hands come through in the barrel of the bat. Watch the barrel. Freeze it on contact for me, please. Good and level. That was a level stroke. I mean, it was level all the way through the zone, and he caught it just right, and he backspun it.
So Kolarek was on to face 1. Our Pepsi fans of the game somehow got that Whit Merrifield big head to St. Petersburg, and now that Whit has signed it, they got to figure out a way to get it back home, unless maybe they live here.
First big hit I've spotted of Whit.
Chaz Rowe with 1 out, and Alcides Escobar at the plate, and Esky hits it into the corner, low wall over there, and he bounces it over the wall for a double. So Esky almost homered. It is just 315 up the left field line with about a 4-foot wall.
Okay, first pitch. Looking to jump him. 91, inner half. Double. Chaz Rowe, 193 opponent average, mainly because he's got a wicked slider. It's a good one. 2-seam fastball. And a changeup.
There's the slider. Rowe pitched the 8th inning last night, and he faced Whit, who flied out to the warning track in right field. So that Esky fan is happy to see Alcides stretch his hitting streak to 7 games. Merrifield's is 11 after his 4th inning home run. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Okay, now get him on, get him over, get him in. We talked about that before the game. Close game here. Whitley have an opportunity. Hitting 298 coming in with a runner in scoring position. That's a good mark. Went deep earlier tonight.
Two balls, 1 strike.
I like how the second baseman, Brandon Lau, is guarding Eske, thinking Eske's going to steal third. He stole third all year. He's opened up some hole over there for Whitley. Excuse me. It's going to take me a little while to get out of that. Thanks for helping me.
You got it, Rexley. All sliders. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So Witt thinks it through. Am I going to get another one? Is he going to try and surprise me with a fastball? It's a slider and it locked him up. 2 outs.
That's his pitch. Watch it started at Witt. Right at him, and by then it's too late.
So Chaz Rowe faces 2, and Jose Alvarado. Remember him on Monday night?
Yeah.
Yikes.
Pack, perfect for your family. This ticket package includes 4 seats in the View Reserved section, plus 4 Royals caps, all for just $44. Head to your local Price Chopper to purchase this exclusive deal. Good for most Sunday through Thursday home games. Get your package.
Jose Alvarado has 5 saves, including on Monday night. He was impressive. You'll get Alex Gordon with Escobar at second base, the potential tying run, and 2 down.
Well, it won't be easy. This young man here, he possesses a 97 and 99 mile an hour fastball, hard slider, hit tough one. And he calls it a cutter a little bit. He likes to cut it.
98, and that will tail back into a left-hand batter.
6'2", 245. Just 23 years old.
Alex is 0 for 3, but 2 of his outs are line outs to the outfield. That's high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Escobar doubled on a bounce over the left field wall. Hunter Dozier has hit a 2-run home run in this inning to make it a 1-run game. Man. And even Alex is like, are you kidding me? He was swinging to hit, which turned into swinging to keep the ball from hitting him in the mouth.
Oh, that's oh, man. That is some nasty bite on that. That is a lot of run coming in. I might back off the plate a little bit. Here comes the snappy right here. Wow.
He's tough.
Yeah. Ooh.
But it's a 1-run game thanks to Hunter Dozier's home run. 4-3 Rays. Ford going further so you can. For 3 Rays, thanks to a Hunter Dozier home run to get the Royals to within 1. Refreshing saves from Price Chopper and Aquafina. Sign up at mypricechopper.com/saves to save on Aquafina when the Royals get a save. Jason Hamill will try and get the game to the 9th inning at 4-3. He got the last out of the 6th. It's a scoreless 7th, and he gets the lower third of the order in the 8th. Michael Perez has been on twice. He has scored twice. He reached on an error by Merrifield in the 6th inning, which led to a couple of unearned runs. 1 ball, 1 strike. The last 4 hitters in the Rays order have scored all 4 runs, and they have driven in 3 of the runs. Two and 1. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Michael Perez. He's getting a long look. He has started all 3 games of the series. Wilson Ramos, who was going to be the starter in the All-Star game, was injured. Salvador Perez got the start. And then shortly after that, Ramos was traded to the Phillies. So Jesus Sucre became the primary catcher, but he's struggled at the plate. So the young Michael Perez is getting a look.
They like him.
And that's drilled to right field, but Herrera was lined up perfectly. One loud out to begin the bottom of the 8th.
Hey, Royals fans, if you can't catch a game on TV, you can always stream games live on your mobile device. Download the Fox Sports app, Go app, log in, and stream the Royals. That's download the Fox Sports Go app.
Did you hear his walk-up song?
SpongeBob SquarePants.
It's pretty unique.
Ooh. Well, that may or may not have been a message. And Gomez and Salvi had a little chat before he came to the plate. And that could have been a conversation about Gomez. A couple of at-bats ago, he struck out and in frustration threw the bat in the dirt. Very close to Salvador Perez.
Maybe that was a makeup chat right there. But that little chin music was probably meant to be.
Shallow center field. That'll drop in front of Phillips. And Gomez is on with 1 out. That's his 2nd hit.
Well, the reason that he has the SpongeBob SquarePants walk-up song is because of his kids. And when they come to the ballpark, they hear that song, and they know that their dad's hitting. That's one of their favorite shows.
Number 9 hitter Brandon Lau. There's Gomez running, and that was a huge jump off of Hamill. So Salvi doesn't even bother with a throw.
Tenth back.
Lau with 2 down and 2 on in the 2nd inning. Singled against Jacob Junis, giving the Rays a 2-0 lead. Whit Merrifield homered in the 4th to make it 2-1. The Rays got 2 in the 6th for a 4-1 lead, and then Hunter Dozier hit a 2-run home run in the 8th to make it 4-3. One and 2. Hamill strikes him out. 2 away in the 8th inning. Well, it's always fun when next year's schedule is released and we can start looking at the Royals in 2019. We'll have an even earlier opening day this year, or next year. This year's was the earliest, but now March 28th against the White Sox at Kauffman Stadium. The Royals will shift to the National League East and interleague play. They'll still play the Cardinals. But the Phillies, Mets, Braves, and Cardinals will come to KC. The Royals will travel to Washington. They'll travel to Miami, Atlanta, and St. Louis. So fans might want to check out Washington, which is a newer ballpark. Atlanta is brand new. Maybe hang out on the beach in Miami for that road series. Here comes Gomez around third. Here's Phillips' throw, and it's offline, and it goes all the way back to the screen. So the Rays get a run back. Malik Smith drives in his second. Carlos Gomez scores his second, and now it's 5-3.
Now the Rays, they are just pressing the pedal. With Gomez's steal, his 10th on the season, got into scoring position. This ball was hit hard, and had it been an accurate throw on the third base side of the plate, they might have had a chance to get him. But it was way offline. And maybe it was because his body was going so far to the left there, he couldn't quite line himself up properly, but we know that he has plenty of arm to throw anybody out.
This team is resembling some Joe Madden Rays teams.
Yep. Kevin Cash doing a nice job managing this year, this ball club. Even with the new bullpen set up the way they have it.
Well, Duffy goes into right center field, and here comes Smith. So that essentially wipes out Hunter Dozier's 2-run home run, and the Rays have another 3-run lead. That's Duffy's second hit tonight.
Belt high. Another hitter not trying to do too much, though, just trying to put the ball in place. Thinking middle. Found a hole.
Loaded G-Man Choi, who has 2 hits tonight. Rays, by the way, have 14 hits. Jason Hamill has walked 2. Junis and Hill didn't have any walks. So with the error, that's 17 base runners. And just under 8 innings tonight. Three and 1. Now Ned Yost is forced to get Kevin McCarthy up in his bullpen. Two and 2. Now Duffy runs, and it's grounded out to Dozier, who's in the shortstop position, but that goes 5-3 to end the 8th inning. The Rays get 2. Looks like Sergio Romo in the 9th inning with Perez, Duda, and Herrera coming up. It is 6-3 Tampa Bay.
To their first win against the Rays this year. We've got plenty coming up on Boulevard Royals Live as Whit Merrifield at it again. The streak continues. Same for Alcides Escobar. And the home run has been a part of the Royals offense once again, but unable to do anything else without the home run. They'll need to get things going here in the ninth. We'll talk about it with Jeff Montgomery coming up on Boulevard Royals Live.
All right, Joel, here's Sergio Romo. He'll try and close out the game tonight as he did last night, and he had a 3-run lead in last night's game. The Royals did eventually get the tying run to the plate, but Romo ended the game with a couple of strikeouts. Salvador Perez hits it up into the catwalks, and it's Gomez making the play, and Sal is 0 for 4.
Well, Salvador was swinging at the first pitch thinking he would get something straight. 85 to 87 is all Romo's velocity is at age 35, but still he got a lot to offer. He sinks the fastball, a sweeping slider, a couple different speeds and angles with his arm, and his changeup is really tough to hit. Great deception with his arm speed.
Lucas Duda with 1 out. He is hitless in 3 trips to the plate. Romo is the 6th Rays pitcher tonight. Kevin Cash used 3 different pitchers to get outs in the 8th inning. 4 total. Yanni Chirinos went the longest tonight. He went 5 innings, but he gave up a single and a home run in the 8th. And then Kolarek got an out, Rowe got an out, and Alvarado got an out. So he's used 5 pitchers to get the last 5 outs.
Yep, he mixes and matches. That's one of the reasons why if they can finish strong, the Rays, Cash could get some considerations and a few votes for Manager of the Year. He finishes as strong as he does, because Boston, they had a great run by a rookie manager there. I don't know if Alex Cora is going to get that spot. I don't know, but Cash has done a good job.
Three balls, 2 strikes. A lot of times a Manager of the Year award is given to somebody who accomplished something unexpected. And that would apply to Kevin Cash. And he had to be innovative this year with their pitching approach with the opener. But if you're also a first-year manager, in the case of Alex Cora, and your team's 50 games over 500, that's somewhat unexpected. Bob Melvin with the A's.
Yep.
That was unexpected. 2 up, 2 down in the 9th inning. Tonight's copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Kansas City Royals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Kansas City Royals Baseball Club. 2 down to Rosel Herrera. Rosie is 0 for 3 tonight. With a win, the Rays would move to 5 games above 500 for the first time this year. They've been right around 500 all year. With a loss, the Royals tie a team record, falling 51 games under 500. The Rays number sounds a lot better than the Royals number.
Yep.
September 18th which is my mom's birthday.
All right.
Of 2005 is the last time the Royals were 51 games under 500. And the Royals are still breathing as Herrera lines one over Lau at second base. And the Royals still need one more runner for a chance.
Yeah, he's sitting there waiting on that backdoor breaker there. Sergio thought he could bring it in on the outside part of the plate. Rosie was waiting. Try by Lau. Looked like he might have got a glove on.
Ryan O'Hearn has 2 hits. He has a double, his first major league double, and a single, giving him his first major league multi-hit game. And he had a tough time with Romo last night. With 1 out in last night's game, Duda walked, Escobar doubled. So the tying run came to the plate with 1 out, but Romo buckled down and struck out O'Hearn and Mondesi. So now Ryan gets another shot at Romo tonight.
Yep, the changeup is extremely effective. That's his fastball right there. 87, that's max. He's going to be able to top out, hit that, but then he backs way off the changeup. It almost is like a screwball.
Herrera runs. It is 1 and 2. The Rays allowed him to go to second base, so no stolen base. Defensive indifference. So Ryan thinks through what happened last night when he was down in the count against Romo. Two and 2. Hunter Dozier is on deck. He would represent the tying run, and he has hit a home run tonight. Grounded up the middle, a diving stop, and safe at first. Herrera to the plate, and that ends the game. The game ends on a play at home plate with the tying run coming up. And without a slide.
Well, I'm not sure if Herrera thought the ball was through and was into the outfield. I don't know if he knew that he caught it.
That was Duffy, the third baseman, with the overshift. And boy, it's got to be closer than that if it's the last out of the game and you got the tying run coming up.
If he slides, he might have made it. I didn't see who was that Dozier in the on-deck circle. Sometimes, you know, you need a little help. If he wasn't watching, you got to yell to him or something. Slide, 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 but it's too bad.
So the Rays have won the first 3 games of the series. They are 6-0 against the Royals this year. And the Royals dropped to 1-5 on the road trip with 1 game to go. So the game ends with Dozier standing in the on-deck circle. Tampa Bay wins it 6-3.